senors, it is I, Senor Batman. I am here. I am back, and I am in where I'm supposed to be. Not where I was, where I'm supposed to be. Alright? It is week 1 wrap-up show. We are here to talk about, let's turn this down a little bit. There we go. Week 1 wrap-up. We're here to talk about Fantasy Football Americano. Week 1 is in the books. So what happened? Well, let's get right to it. We don't have to get crazy. We don't have to wait. We can be impaciente. Hey, there's a picture of me right there in the bottom corner. I escaped. I'm loose, goose, man. All right? Let's get right into it. First up, Tinker McTinkerton. You like that? Well, Tinker don't like that because he lost 118.08 from Mr. David Cade to 105.52. Nice victory for him to start the season. That's just how a cookie crumbles. What happened? Well, Mayfield had almost 30 points, even though Daniels did do pretty good. Gibbs had a low game at 10. Kyron Williams over at 13.4. 18 for Christian McCaffrey. Was thought to maybe be out for the game. Clearly, he was fine. Ashton Ginty had a kind of a low start for a rookie, but 11 points, you can't scoff. Drake London, A.J. Brown, that's the big thing right there. Not London, really, but A.J. Brown, 1.3 points, 1 reception, 8 yards, only 1 target. What do you even do? I mean, I guess you chalk it up as a 1-week thing, but, it is what it is. Moving on. Cedric Tillman, you had to start him and Romeo Dobbs. They did enough. About 20-plus points combined. Brock Bowers got hurt late in this game, but still got 12.8. Colston Loveland. He is not the Brock Bowers of this year, at least after week 1. Next up, flex. Garrett Wilson did pretty good. Kickers. Cam Little, 16.6 points. That helped him a lot. And that's basically the story. Just a little bit too short for Tinker McTinkerton. Just like in the bedroom. And you like that. Moves on to be 1-0. Starts the season with a victory. Next up, our matchup of the week, Osama Bin Laden versus Dame Daniels. Dame Daniels was more like, oh crap, I'm about to get renamed Daniels, because he loses 156.36 from Mr. Poochie Mang to 103.22. What happened? Well, this can be summed up right in the quarterback spot. 42.76 points from Josh Allen. And only 10.82 from Mr. Joey Burrow, because he was frozen out there. Nope, not doing shit. Just 113 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 yards on the ground. Like, holy crap. Joey Burrow was not doing very good. So, I mean, right there alone is almost 32 points difference, just in quarterbacks. Then you get Derek Henry, the Yeti. 28.7 points. He does get a fumble. Would have been 30, but Bucky, 12.5. Saquon got 16.4. You can't scoff at that. Nick Chubb, half Chubb? Yeah, pretty much, because he only got 6 points. But then really go down here, they're pretty close. They're pretty even throughout, except for Zay Flowers getting 24. Their kickers both did very good. Defenses were fine, but Baltimore defense did have -5. For someone that was the champion last year, Dame Daniel should have probably expected that Baltimore would have had a bad week. It would have started a different defense, even if it meant dropping someone. But he does got some people on his bench, I guess, that you wouldn't want to drop. But, man, just hard to see. Just hard to see what was going through his head there. It wouldn't have really mattered because Osama Bin Laden gets the motherfucking beatdown on Dame Daniels. Gets his revenge from the championship last year. It starts the season as the dominant high-scoring team. Next up, it hurts when I dick her versus Bohek's Pit. Well, Bohek, it hurt when he dicked her because Bohek was her because he dicked her, because he lost 111.28 to 102.26. Maybe not my best joke, but hey, fuck it. You don't like it? Go watch some other fucking Batman that doesn't wear a sombrero, okay? Recap football. Oh, guess what? You won't find one. Anywho, 111.28 to 102.26. Excuse me. Let's start out. What happened? Quarterbacks both did pretty good. Lamar Jackson better at 33.36. Running backs, you know, you're not really kind of like, what happened? Why is it? You know, it was only a 9-point victory, but Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones, 13 and 14 respectively. 21 for Bijan and 4. So you know they kind of equaled out. Receivers, I mean, Bullocks receivers were shit. Like Jamar Chase was kind of like, oh wait, it's week. Oh, I thought this was week 1 of the preseason. I just wasn't going to try as hard. You know, he didn't do it. But T. Higgins was like, oh yeah, I thought week 1 was next week. That's my bad. I'm not gonna do good either. Nico didn't do nothing. Terry didn't do nothing. T.J. Hawkinson, that's his name. Evan Ingram, both nothing. Once you get to the flex, still Roma Dunze 12.7, pretty good start for him. Calvin Ridley couldn't catch shit. Devontae Adams had a solid game, but really didn't do much. Could have used the touchdown to really bring home. Courtland did okay. But really over here, 5 points gained there, 8 points gained from kicker and defense. So Cam Dicker, 10.5 to Evan McPherson's 5.5, 16 for the Denver defense. It was just enough to edge him over the victory and get, it hurts when I dicker, Mr. John Mickle, the victory. Next up, Slay City Slayers. Slaying Fearboner, 109.5 to 89.9 or 82.92. What happened? Well, both quarterbacks were solid. 28 for Mahomes, 26 for Caleb Williams. Jonathan Taylor, Amari Hampton, okay. 11.3, 7.1. Not loving it, but you probably hoping for more, but not hating it. Travion Henderson, 8.1, not bad considering he's splitting that job for right now. 6 receptions, you love to see that. But Ollie Gordon, no. 2 carries, 4 yards, 1 reception, -1, 0.8 points. That really fucked him. All right, that screwed him right there. Xavier Worthy getting taken up by Travis Kelce for the fact that Taylor Swift was excited that they drafted Worthy. Waits a whole season to week 1 of the season after to just break his shoulder, just to fucking check him to the ground. Like, what the fuck? Travis Kelce's a psycho. Anyhow, tight ends, Jonnu Smith, 10 points. Can't scoff at that. 1 point only for Mark Andrews. And really just going down, there's really not really too much more you got. I mean, Jacksonville had a much better game than the Minnesota defense, but Slay City gets the victory. Starts 1-0. He was, started good last season. It didn't work out. We'll see. We're actually going to talk about that in a minute. Not necessarily that, but just that, hey, it's week 1. Some things to look at from last season just to kind of remember. But anyways, Fearboner starts bad. Only 82 points. It's a bad score. You got to do better than that. But we will see what he does next week and how he bounces back. You can see some of these players do a little bit better next week. Next up, high quality H2O versus his brother, Bill Cosby. And he just destroys him by almost 20 points. 106.62 to 87.84. What happened? Well, Bo Nix kind of started how he did last season. Not very good. 2 picks, a fumble, lost. Only 8.84 points. You take away those turnovers, that's another 6 points added. You're not so upset. Still probably thinking you want more, but 14 is a lot better than 8. That's for sure. Warzone God Kyler Murray, 22 points. Running backs, Chase Brown, solid keeper. Chuba Hubbard, great pickup for him. JSN is good, but where it starts to get interesting, Puka, 18 points. That's pretty good. Tight end, what did I see it? Nothing really going on there. In the flex, though, 12.8 from Jefferson, 7.4 from Pollard, a little discrepancy there. Ryland was definitely the better kicker. Defenses were about the same. And high-quality H2O puts enough points together to beat his brother, send him to the fucking loser bracket for week 1. On the bottom half, fighting already outside the playoffs. High-quality H2O trying to start the season good and get a playoff run. Started the right way with a week 1 victory. Last but not least, excuse me, Akira's faces Hail Marys, Mr. Brandon. Week 1, his first week in the league, didn't go so good. Not the worst, but didn't go so good. Only 86.16 points. What happened? Well, I don't know if it was the weather delay or what the fuck, but Bryce Young looked like shit. 10.16 points. Michael Penix did not look like shit. 26 points. Running backs, 12 and 7 for Mr. Hail Marys. 15 and 15 for Brees and A-Chain, looking good there. Wide receivers, 6 for Tyreek Hill. Didn't have a good start. McMillan, 9.3. He was trying his damnedest. Got a lot of targets. You got to feel better days are coming. 15.6 for Marvin Harrison. Good for him. DJ Moore did okay. 7.1. Could have had a bigger play, but unfortunately did not. Tight ends were about the same. Flex, honestly, kind of amounted to about the same. Kickers, Aubrey did very good for him. 11.4 to the 9.2. Still pretty close. 1 point only from the Detroit defense, versus the 7 for Washington, so a little bit gain of a points there. And Kurosawa's Akira's gets a big victory, almost 40 points. He's got to love that. So there you have it. Here is your standings. If I can get it centered, there we go. So tied from 1 to 6, obviously, after week 1 is Osama's Bin Laden, Kurosawa's Akira's. You like that? It hurts when I dicker. Slacy Slayers and high quality H2O right now is your wild card team. Meanwhile, just on the outside, Tinker McTinkerton, Damn Daniels, and Bohex Pitt all scored within 4 points of high quality H2O. The rest of the guys all scored under 90 points. They actually have a little bit of a gap already, so they better hope that in week 2 they can turn it around. Week 1 was kind of weird, but something I wanted to show you real quick. If we look at last year, meant to go to here. There we go. Week 1, what happened? Well, Damn Daniels lost just like he did this year. Only 87 points. He ended up being the champion. All right, so you like that loss. He won this year. Slay City won big, huge win over the Succulent Soy Boys, which is Mr. Luke Bartos. I think I caught something in the clink. Anyways, might be herpes. Anyways, the Succulent Soy Boys ended up being Sacco, right? He lost week 1 last year, so was that maybe a premonition that he was heading for a bad season? Well, this year he won, so good for him. Who's the other one I saw? Bijan Badness lost last year, finished 3rd. You know, so just saying, some of these guys, you know, it doesn't really mean shit. It's okay. And then the last thing I want to show everyone before we go is power rankings, which are still the same, not going to be different yet. High scorer for the week was Osama Bin Laden. So this is a website called Fantasy Genius. I don't know if the commissioner can show you this or not. It's not completely set up yet. But this gives us some further information for the wrap-ups and preview shows. So first up, team tiers. It tiers out the teams based on points scored, about a bunch of things. So right now, your top team, your top tier is Osama Bin Laden, Kurosawa's Akira's, and you like that. Next tier is It Hurts When I Dicker. Contenders, Slay City Slayers. Then we got our mid tier. These are the guys that are right on the fence right now. High quality H2O, Tinker McTinkerton. Then they have a thing called Get on the Stick. That means you better get going and get some wins. Damn Daniels and Bohex Pitt. Obviously it's week 1. We got a long time. But you don't want to get too far behind. And then they have a last tier for the bottom teams. Dumpster Fire, Awful. We got Bill Cosby, Hail Marys, and Fearboner. So this will get more interesting as we go along. Obviously right now we, don't. Right now the median score was 106. So if you scored that or higher, you're looking pretty good. But, that's the top 6 teams. But Tinker's right there. He's a half point behind. Damn Daniels is only 3 points behind. Bohex is only 4 points behind. So, just saying that. This will get more interesting as we go along. Like I said, blowout victory of the week was Osama Bin Laden. So this will give us different awards and different things, and I don't know what all this other shit is. This must be other stuff. But he hasn't fully set it up yet, but I think eventually he'll be able to share this page, and you'll be able to see this if you ever want to look at some stats. So, honestly, with that being said, that's the show. Tomorrow, most likely, Senor Batman, I will be back with your week 2 preview show. I'm trying to break these up, make them quicker, make them faster, so that instead of one 30-minute episode, you just watch a 15-minute episode. Everyone's got short attention spans these days, so I get it. I understand. Okay? Anyways, until the next show, the preview show, I bid you